To me, the first one is this: there is a genuine shortage of talent and genuine shortage of availability of a pipeline of talent in many specific domains. So that is a challenge. Now, so the only way is either you groom them, train them, or you poach from other companies, or you cast your net outside of Malaysia, right? It's a macro challenge. To me, the second challenge is most businesses genuinely do not even have a compelling vision or mission. They're all cliche statements like, delighting stakeholders and other such general stuff, right? And you don't have a mission vision which is compelling. You're not going to have an employee value proposition. You don't have a very clear reason why, an employee needs to work with you, right? As opposed to other businesses. The third one is this. I feel most entities, with few exceptions, there are exceptions, I want to acknowledge that, operating on a boss-driven culture.
Yes.
Rather than a leader or leadership-driven
It's very
culture.
personality.
Correct. That, it's like that hippo, right? There's, I don't know what it stands for. It's highest,
Highest paid person's opinion.
Yeah. So that's a genuine challenge, and it fundamentally conflicts, with what Gen Zs are looking. Don't even think about it, if you want to attract Gen Zs. To me, the final one is, I think there is a genuine need, urgent need to rethink the organization design.
Correct.
Of most businesses. They need to use a word that's being used, touted a lot, they call it organizational plasticity, which is an organization that by design it is adaptable, agile, it can embrace change, and it is Gen Z ready, right? There's hardly an organization that I know, certainly in Malaysia, which is tailor-made for Gen Z. So I see these as the, let's say, significant challenges faced by most Malaysian businesses.
How about you, Swarashmi?
I think fairly similar. Significant talent gaps, I would say, specifically in very knowledge-intensive areas like you talk about data, analytics, technology, good talent, right? Talent that can really add value and bring the organization to the next level, right? So significant gap in talent in that respect. I think even Vietnam is doing better because they have really good tech talent, as I'm seeing, and they are growing very well in that area. I think then I would say, I think what I have noticed in my tenure here, I think that ability to think out of the box, right? That capacity to innovate. I don't know where it stems from. Is it the education system? Is it how they are nurtured? Or is it a comfortable place for them to grow and study? Like in India,
You're toast.
You're literally toasted. I mean, it's literally you have to find your way and you figure out right stuff. So that capacity to innovate, I feel, is less. Though I'm seeing it improve, I have to say that. And I think the third challenge which he called out is it's very personality driven. Like organizations, they don't talk about roles, they don't talk about departments, they talk about people, person, X, Y, Z, right? They become the departments or the organizations are identified by them, right? And when it becomes so cultish and personality driven, that it creates a lot of, I would say, that it reduces the capacity for an organization to thrive, to
Yeah.
innovate. When I open my LinkedIn, I see the same faces over and over, and it's so personality driven that it becomes, sometimes it's too much in the face, and then you see that it's, people think that's the way to be, right? And that's what they aspire for, not something larger than that, right? So I think these three, and then lastly, I would say, I think it's proximity to Singapore, which has created challenge in a way, because clearly Singapore comes across as a more lucrative, attractive destination for people. It's, I mean, if you tell people you're working in Singapore versus Malaysia, you are definitely viewed differently, right? Unless you're able to really stamp your authority and say, I'm really good at what I do and I choose to be in Malaysia, right? It's not just about the talent that we have, but also how do we cross-pollinate talent from across the region, because it's also a process of knowledge transfer. It's also a process of learning, right? For both sides. I have really thrived in my 10 years in Malaysia. I've learned so much. I've loved working in Malaysia, and I always tell people that, you know, you should come and work in Malaysia. A lot of my friends who get opportunities, they ask me, should I come here? Isn't Singapore better? No. It's just how we position the country as a talent magnet, right? So I think if we do a better job of positioning it,
That's
a lot
right.
of these talent challenges
Yeah.
will start getting less severe. But it is quite severe in Malaysia.